Hello and welcome back to Small Caps. My name is Jess Holland and it is my pleasure to welcome Galan Lithium. The company's ticker code is GLN. The company recently announced a very exciting offtake agreement deal with Glencore. And here to tell us more is the Managing Director, JP. JP, it's great to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Jess.
Now, JP, for those of us who might be new to Galan, can you please give our Small Caps audience, a bit of a background to the company and, what the companies are and what its key projects are?
Yep. Well, we are an ASX listed, as you point out. We have been listed for the last 5 years. And Galan, its sole focus today is in Argentina and lithium brines. We are located at the Hombre Muerto salt flat in Catamarca, Argentina. Importantly, our neighbors, for people to get familiar where we are neighboring Livent, we're neighboring Allchem. These two companies are going to merge into a new company by the end of the year or early next year. And we are neighboring POSCO. So we are at the best salt flat possible in Argentina with high grade, low impurities. And we have a development that is under construction for its phase one. And so we're quite excited to say that we look forward to become a producer on the first half of 2025. Now, in Australia, we have a project that is south of the Greenbushes mine. So this is very interesting from the exploration point of view. And we have a ground that runs immediately to the south of as I mentioned, the Greenbushes mine. We have an exploration campaign today happening with geophysics, and we are looking to attain new targets with the view that we could be in exploration and drilling this target in the first quarter of next year.
Oh, fantastic. JP, lots to unpack over there, but I think I'd love to focus on the Hombre Muerto West project and the significant offtake agreement that you've just secured with Glencore for up to 100% of lithium chloride concentrate from your phase one production at the project. What are the key terms of this agreement that you've signed with Glencore, and what does it mean for Galan Lithium?
Yeah. Well, our strategy that we have deployed to the market is that we will be producing lithium chloride concentrate. We are doing the intermediate product before lithium carbonate. So the fact that we got Glencore endorsing this and willing to buy 25,000 tons of our product, around 5 years of our production for phase one, it definitely endorses our strategy to become a lithium producer, applying the Australian standard of production. So if you look at Australia mainly produce lithium concentrate, and then they export that overseas, mainly China. Our strategy is to produce lithium chloride concentrate in Argentina by 2025, and we believe by 2026, there'll be all up around 10 lithium carbonate plants that we can supply our intermediate product into the market. So that's why the endorsement coming from Glencore willing to take a contract to buy this when we don't have a company that it will be tolling this, but we know there's going to be spare capacity in the market within Argentina to sell our concentrate. So the key thing on that deal is they're going to take our product for 5 years, phase one, and that also comes with financing offered up to $100 million US.
Okay, interesting, JP. So you just mentioned that Glencore's offered to provide, financing prepayment facility of up to over 100 million, to support the funding of phase one. How will this financing be used, and what impact will it have on Galan's financial position?
Well, that is very welcome news from the financing point of view. We have a study for phase one of capex of 118 million US. Now, this capex will be able to cover most of the investment that we are required to get phase one over the line. We have sunk approximately $20 million or thereabouts already from our own equity into the project, and I think that was one of the important things for Glencore to commit to the rest, seeing that we're already in we already executing the project and building the ponds for production in the first half of 2025. So it's a big endorsement. It gives a strong robustness for our financial position in the future when these get deployed. So it gives a peace of mind that we'll become the next producer in the first half of 2025, and also it cements a precedent for the company for our phase 2 development. So it's not only what we are seeing today, but our phase 2 is 3 times phase 1, and we already seen interested party to discuss further into this phase 2 development.
Okay, really interesting. So now, JP, you mentioned that we can expect to see first production around 2025. What are the sort of the key milestones for phase 1 that investors can expect to see?
We have released a DFS for phase 1 in May this year, and phase 2, it was released last month in October. So the DFS phase 1 under the study, the main thing that for people to get familiar with is we are a loss cost producer with a cash flow estimate of around $1 million a week. So it's around $50 million under a long-term pricing of $28,000 a ton. So if you reduce that to spot prices, we'll be still approximately above $30 million a year in terms of the free cash flow that we'll receive. So what we're trying to tell the audience is that we have a strong project, even though today prices have been seen low. We still have a healthy payback. We still have a good margin to see them during this. So it's something that it differentiates us from spodumene, that are high-end cost producer. We have a low-end cost producer because the lithium is already dissolved in the brine, and we use evaporation ponds. We use nature to our advantage to concentrate naturally the brine through the evaporation process. So the energy intensity that you see in mining, we don't experience it. We use the nature to our advantage. No one gives an invoice from the sun. So we definitely can have a low operating cost and compete in the market. And our main purpose is to sink our capex, because once we know that we're in there, then no matter what happens with the industry, we'll be one of the last ones to shut the doors if the lithium industry collapses.
Yeah, so interesting, JP. So you mentioned, a couple of the key really positive things about the project, which is, being low on the cost curve, being in the brines, and, using nature to your advantage. Now, you were sort of quoted saying in terms of the phase 2 definitive feasibility study, or your DFS, that study and analysis, provided some outstanding outcomes. Can you sort of elaborate on those outstanding outcomes and let us know, or tell our small caps audience, what makes Hombre Muerto West a tier 1 project?
Well, first of all, look at our neighbors. POSCO, Livent, Allkem are the old tier 1 companies, and Livent and Allkem merging is going to place them number 3 or 4 in terms of the lithium worldwide production. So definitely a tier 1 part of the world where we are. And our DFS 2 has shown that we have competitive pricing as well. We see all room for improving in our economics, and we have a premium product as well. We have a 6% lithium concentrate. If for the audience that is not familiar with lithium brines, 6% equates to 12.9% lithium oxide. If you want to do the equivalence in lithium carbonate, this is 32% lithium carbonate equivalent. So it's a high-end concentrate that attracts a premium value as well. Therefore, this is something that we want to monitorize. And phase 2, it will indicate that we can get to 21,000 tons of lithium carbonate equivalent. The NPV that we done on the study indicated a $3 billion pre-tax NPV, $2 billion post-tax NPV. And if you do the spot pricing today, that will be still above $1 billion in NPV. So What we're trying to highlight once again is that the strength of the economics of the brine projects and the longevity. We have a mine life of 40 years.
Sure. No, and JP, incredible, but sort of staying on the same track of the sort of positive outcomes of this project. Shifting gears a little bit, let's talk about the experience that you have on your team. Now, you have a huge amount of experience and expertise on your team, including people who are ex-SQM. Can you elaborate and provide our small caps audience, some indication of, what is the team that you've secured and what are they contributing in terms of your overall strategy?
Yeah. We have in our rank 2 ex-SQM vice president, one of them in the ex-senior VP of commercial, Daniel Jimenez. He's been a key part in the discussions and nailing these agreement with Glencore. So a highly specialized person. We fronted the discussions with Glencore. And it's interesting because you only need someone with experience. And Daniel has been in the industry for the last 3 decades. At SQM, he managed many deals for selling from the SQM side, lithium, many different lithium products. But it became quite clear during this negotiation that you need just one man that is very specialized in what he does. You don't need a platoon of people or like a financial company to tell you what it can be done. It's this guy. Is very specialist and he knows his stuff. So then we have Juan Carlos Barrera, ex-senior VP of operations. He joined early on this year. He's already made a mark into optimizing our DFS. Our DFS2 has been highly optimized by him. And also we got Claudia Paul, ex-SQM executive. She's in our board. So 2 out of the 3 board members have got direct lithium experience in brines in South America. They reside in Santiago. And also Juan Carlos and Daniel bring their own team. They have the expertise, but they bring their own team. The gravity of them, they bring whoever worked during the time that they did. So our geology group manager, Alvaro Enriquez, is one of the best hydrogeologists that we've seen in the industry. And he operated lithium, the lithium mine for SQM at the sulfate of Atacama. So when you start seeing through the ranks of who they are, what they've done, all the engineers that we have behind to do the FS2 and the people that work and the part of the contractors that we have, all of these are people with a significant amount of experience in construction, in operations. So we're no longer an exploration company as many see us. We are a developer, but we are a developer with people that have done this for decades. So this is a key part of a company becoming a producer. It's having the people that have done it before, time and time again. We minimize the risk of failure in the execution part significantly. So this is something that you don't come across very often, that you can have lithium experience not only in one area but all across Galan. So it's the moment of shine will come for us, and we're trying to educate our shareholders and people that want to come to Galan that it's the risk has been minimized and tick all along, all the way. We from the exploration, from the all the wells that we've done, all the testing that we have. We got a pilot plant already at site. We are under construction. We're using the right consultants that have built many ponds for years and years. And we have the people that are actually execute operating projects. So it's a sequence of things and personnel that are key in each part. And we believe that we'll be able to deliver on our promise to become the next lithium producer in 2025.
Yeah, thanks, JP. I can certainly hear the passion and the pride that you have for the team that you have working alongside you. Companies made up of, yes, really excellent projects, which is, what Galan obviously has. But I think it's also, very important to have the right people and at the right time. So, yeah, that's very exciting for Galan, no doubt. Now, I have just one final question for you, JP, and that is, can you provide our small caps audience with, 2 or 3 key takeaways that they can take as to why Galan Lithium is potentially a good investment?
Yep. We have the highest grade project in Argentina that's been declared. We have a large resource, high grade, low impurities. We have a premium product that has been endorsed by the offtake that we've done with Glencore. We have a strong team with experience in lithium brine operations. We have a very good, strong local team in Argentina and also good relationships with their government. So the community side of things is very important for us, and we have fronted this in a way that we made them inclusive and part of us. I think that we feel proud to have a strong contingency in Argentina with locals that we want to make a difference because, as I mentioned, our project is a 40-year mine life. It's an intergenerational project at the end of the day, and we want to make sure that they are benefiting from this. So it's not only just jobs, it's training, but it's just development of the community, support the community in all way, shape, or form that we can. And I've seen the changes that we made in the last 5 years. And importantly, we have a strategy that use low energy and low water consumption. So there's been pressure to lithium brine projects that they use a lot of water. By doing lithium concentrate itself, we are using a small footprint for water and a small footprint for energy consumption. So we let in the energy coming from the sun for the evaporation, and we use we have a small CO2 footprint, but we also use a lot of low footprint of fresh water, and we take this to where the water is abundant for the processing. So it's we're conscious that our solution is trying to minimize this at all levels with the best benefit for the community as well within Argentina.
Thank you so much, JP, for for all of your insights and for joining us today. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing the company as it transitions from explorer to developer. And look forward to having you on the show again.
Thank you very much, Ed.